2 pages in our reader's notebook, we had to decide whether the underlined noun here was an abstract noun or a concrete noun. Who can explain to me the difference between an abstract noun and a concrete noun? Let's go for Ryan. What do you think?
A concrete noun is a thing that you can see or taste or smell, but an abstract noun, you can't see it, smell, or taste it.
Very good. So you think about your 5 senses and you ask yourself the question, can I see it? Can I hear it? Can I touch it? Can I taste it? Can I smell it? You have to ask yourself these questions. If the answer is mainly no, then it's probably an abstract noun. An abstract noun tells us of an idea or of a feeling within our bodies or a quality that someone has. Let's have a look at these questions. Number 1. Alien, can you read that out for me, please?
The younger man enjoyed the older man's friendship.
Good job. What do we think about the word friendship, guys? Is that a concrete noun or an abstract noun? Katie, go ahead.
It is an abstract noun.
Good girl. Friendship is an abstract noun. We cannot taste it or smell it or hear it or see it. It's an idea that we have. Okay, all right. Number 2, the old man found strength in being among friends. What do you think the word strength is? Is that an abstract noun or a concrete noun? Sherry, what do you think?
I think it's abstract noun.
Good girl, well done. Strength is an abstract noun. It is a quality that someone has. If someone has strength, it means that they are strong. And you can be strong in many different ways. You can be strong physically in your body, or you can be headstrong and have strength that when things get tough and tough and tough, it doesn't break you down. You're able to deal with it and handle it well. Number 3, the friends took delight in listening to the old man's stories. Helen, what do you think about the word delight?
I think it is abstract.
Good job. It is abstract. Delight is a feeling. It's a feeling of joy or happiness. Okay. Number 4, one story was about a silly king. What do we think about the word king? Nuna?
Concrete.
Good job. We can see it, we can smell a king, we can touch a king. We wouldn't want to taste a king, but if we really, really did want to, we could taste a king. So all of these things we can physically see and touch and smell and hear a king. So that's why it is a concrete noun. Okay, guys, this next question is a little bit tricky. So with number 5, the crowd's laughter pleased the old man. I would like a show of hands if you think this word is a concrete noun. All right, so quite a lot of people wrote the answer concrete. Now, lower your hands. Raise your hand if you wrote abstract for laughter. Okay, so the majority of the class chose the word concrete. All right, guys, so let me tell you about this one. So this one is a very hard question. So when I looked at this question, I wasn't sure. I thought laughter can be heard. You can see it on other people. You can feel it on other people. When I'm laughing, my chest is moving. So for me, I wrote the word concrete. Now, when I looked it up in our answer booklet, it has the word abstract. So I did some research to find out just what the answer is. And here's the funny thing. After doing lots and lots of research, I found out that there are many, many, many arguments. Lots of people argue that it's concrete, and lots of people argue that it's abstract. But what I found out is that the arguments for it being a concrete noun make more sense than the arguments for it being abstract. So if you have either answer, I will allow both for this one. Okay, number 6. It gave him energy to tell another story. What do we think about that one? Katie, what do you think?
It An abstract noun.
Good girl. Energy is an abstract noun. So energy makes you feel inside your body that you are able to do things. You are able to go for a run. You're able to skip. You're able to play a game of football. But if you don't have energy, you don't have any. I kind of call it juice inside of you left to keep going. You're very tired and you need to rest. Okay, our next page is this. So you have to look at the sentence. You have a clue in the brackets, and then you have to decide what noun in the sentence is the abstract noun. Number one, he took delight in keeping the audience in suspense. A feeling. What do you think? Okay, Nancy, go ahead.
I think it is delight.
Good girl, well done. Delight, the feeling of happiness or the feeling of joy. Number two, he told the story with complete honesty. Now I'm looking for an abstract noun that is a quality of someone. Nuna, what do you think?
Honestly.
Good girl, well done. Honesty is the correct answer. Then you had to write a sentence for each of these abstract nouns, and many of your sentences were wonderful. Have a look at my example sentences. I appreciated the beauty in the ballerina's dance movements. And next, his childhood was spent in the city of Osaka, Japan. Okay, so guys, our last lesson is all about opinion writing. What does the word literature mean? Okay, Nancy, go ahead.
Literature means the story that you read.
Good job, well done. Literature means writing or a book. So, response to literature simply means responding to a book or a piece of writing that you have read. So, a response to literature is like a response paragraph, except it's a whole essay. So, we're going to be looking at how we make a whole response essay. Okay, guys, what is it that makes a great response to literature? Can you please read all of this for me, Simon?
The opening refers to prompt and states an opinion. Reason and supporting details support the opinion that are presented in a logical order.
Good.
Picking words and phrases connects reasons to the opinion. An ending sums up the reasons and make a concluding statement.
Good job, Simon. So these are all the ingredients we need to make a great response to literature essay. The opening refers to the prompt and states an opinion. So as you know, when we are writing a response to literature or a response paragraph, we're answering a question based on something we have read. So we should always start it by answering that question. Next, reasons and details support the opinion. So, as I've been telling you for a long, long time, when we write our opinion, it's so important to give reasons why you have that opinion and then examples to support that reason. For example, when we wrote about our favorite snack, it's important to say, I think ice cream is the best snack in the world. Ice cream is the best because it is the perfect snack to cool you down in summer. There is a reason that supports my opinion. I now have to give an example that supports the reason. So you could say, an example of this is on a hot summer's day, there's no better feeling than buying an ice cream and having the cream melt in your mouth. Okay, so it's really important that when you give your opinion, you have reasons to support your opinion and then examples that support your reason. We also must use linking words and phrases to connect reasons to the opinion. So these are things like also, because of this, another reason is, an example of this. It makes our writing flow and sound much better. Finally, an ending sums up the reasons and makes a concluding statement. So in the end, your conclusions should say, to conclude, ice cream is the best snack because blah, blah, and blah. You should try ice cream one day too. So you sum up all of your reasons that you believe that ice cream is the best snack, and then you maybe leave them with another opinion that says you should try it too. So it's really important that we make sure we follow this structure. Can anyone tell me what this is? Or who this is, sorry. So, what do you think?
Mirror mind.
Good job. Well done, Sup. So a mime is a type of person who does performance art. Now, a mime usually paints their face white, usually wears black and white t-shirts and black pants. And as often a trick of a mime is to pretend that they're in a box. So there's nothing around them, but they will pretend that they're stuck in a glass box and they put on a show. Mimes do not speak. Now we're going to have a look at this response to literature essay. So this student's prompt was to write an essay explaining why they believe people are interested in the art of mime. Let's have a look through their essay and see how they did. Zuiming, can you read the opening for me?
I think that people are interested in the art of mime because it tells a story in a new way. People want to watch mime because it is so different from any other art they are used to.
Good job. Nancy, could you read the first reason, please?
For example, mime uses movement to tell a story. People who performed mime move their bodies in interesting ways. Sometimes they use dirty movements. Sometimes they look like they're doing an activity, like climbing a rope. They make it look very real.
Good job. Can you read the next reason for me, please, Dami?
Mime also shows feeling without speaking. People who perform mime can show with their bodies if they are happy, sad, or scared. They do not say what they are feeling, but the audience can tell anyway.
Good job. Okay, guys, so firstly, now we're not the whole way through it. Firstly, this person has included everything that we've needed so far. They've given an opening that refers to the prompt and tells their opinion. I think that people are interested in the art of mime because it tells a story in a new way. People want to watch mime because it is so different from any other art that they are used to. Then they go on to explain and give details and examples to support their reasoning. They're saying that mimes use movement to tell a story. Then they go on to give some details that support this reason. Their second reason is that mime shows feelings without speaking. Then they give supporting details to explain how mimes show feeling. They say that people who perform mime can show with their bodies if they're happy, sad, or scared. They don't talk, they just show it with their facial expressions and their body language. Can you read the third and final reason for me, please, Jenny?
Finally, people from all over the world can watch mime. People who perform mime create different characters without speaking. People can tell what is happening just by watching. They do not have to speak the same language as the people who are
Performing. Good girl. So their final reason is that people from all over the world can watch mime. So this is the wonderful thing about the performance of mime. If you're in Spain, if you're in England, if you're in Germany, if you're in China, if you're in Vietnam, if there is a mime performer, you will understand the story they're trying to tell. They're not speaking any words, so you don't need to know the language. You just need to be able to watch. So this is the third and final reason they give for people enjoying the art of mime. Simon, can you read the conclusion for me?
Mime is a special type of art because it uses body movement in an interesting way, shows feelings without using words, and can be watched by anyone. People everywhere can enjoy the same exciting mime show.
Good job. So in their ending, they have summarized all of their reason. They said mime is a special type of art because it uses body movement in an interesting way. That's their first reason. Shows feelings without using words. That's their second reason. And can be watched by anyone. That's their third reason. They've summarized all three reasons in their ending, and then they give one last comment. People everywhere can enjoy the same exciting mime shows. So this essay is an 8 out of 8 essay. I would give it full marks. This person has a clear opening that tells their opinion and refers to the prompt. They give reasons and supporting details 3 times for each of their reasons. They use linking words and connecting phrases. For example, also, finally, we have lots and lots and lots of linking words that help their writing flow better. They have indented each paragraph, so I clearly know when they're moving on to their next point. And they have given an ending that summarizes all of their reasons and gives one last comment. So this is a perfect essay. It does everything that we need it to do. Now, let's have a look. I'm going to show you a prompt that I have come up with and that I have answered for the Kamishibai man. Before I started, I brainstormed some ideas of what I thought it could be. He enjoyed riding his bike to the city. He hoped to see the grown-up kids again, and he liked being around the kids. When I looked at my brainstorming ideas, I chose that he liked being around the kids because I truly believe that Kamishibai man, or Ji-chan, really loves children, and the reason that he wanted to go on his rounds again was because he missed being around the kids. So I made a graphic organizer that follows this structure that each opinion response essay should have. I state my opinion, and I give 3 reasons and 3 details that support each reason. Then I'll move on to my conclusion. So my opinion is, I think Ji-chan wanted to be the Kamishibai man again because he liked being with the kids. My first reason is that he must like kids because he and his wife called each other grandma and grandpa. Some details that can support this from the story are, even though they had never had children of their own, they called each other Ji-chan and Ba-chan. Ji-chan is grandpa and Ba-chan is grandma. So this lets me know that he likes children. Even though they didn't have any children of their own, they call each other grandma and grandpa. This nickname shows how maybe they wanted to have kids and weren't able to, and that they still want to hear the words grandma and grandpa in their everyday lives. So this lets me know that they or he must like children. My second reason is, can you read it for me, Boo?
Reason he was excited to go back to the city to see the kids. Details and till that he rode his bike to town.
Good job. So my next reason is that he was excited to go back to the city to see the kids. A detail or a supporting detail in the text that lets me know this is that as he's riding his bike into town, he's humming. Now, for me, I only hum when I'm in a good mood and I'm feeling happy about something. So the fact that he was humming as he was riding his bike into town to go and see the kids lets me know that he is excited about this event. And finally, my last reason is, can you please read it for me? Fred,
He called the kids and gave them candy when they came to hear the stories. Yelled and used clappers to get their attention. Knew which candy they liked the best.
Good. And Fred, to answer your question, humming isn't ha ha ha. So that is laughing. Humming is when you sing but without opening your mouth. So for example, if you were going to hum the tune of Happy Birthday, it would sound like So you sing the tune of something without opening your mouth. It's like singing but with your mouth closed and not saying any words. This is my graphic organizer, and this is my plan for my response to literature essay. I have to look at my plan and use the details that are on my plan to come up with a literature essay. So not just a paragraph. This is us writing an essay. So what do I do then? So I take these ideas and what do I have to add in to my essay? Nancy?
Linking words.
Good girl. Well done. Awesome work. I need to make sure that I link these reasons and details and opinions together. So let's have a look at what I've come up with. Can you please help me read this? Okay, Nuna, go ahead. Your hand went up first.
I think Ji-chan wanted to be the Kamishibai man again because he loved being with the kids.
My first reason to support this opinion is that he must like kids because he and his wife call each other grandma and grandpa. For example, in the story it says even though they never had children of their own, they call each other Ji-chan and Ba-chan. Also, Ji-chan was excited to go back to the city to see the kids and tell stories with them. An example that shows he was excited is when he rode his bike into town in a song. Finally, Ji-chan called the kids and gave them candy when they came near to hear his story. For instance, he yelled and used clappers to get their best attention, and he knew which candy each of the kids liked best. To conclude, I believe that Ji-chan loved telling stories to the children, and that's why he decided to be a Kamishibai man again.
Lovely reading. Thank you so much, Nuna. So here we have it. I've turned my plan into an essay. I've made sure to indent each paragraph. So my opening is indented, my first reason is indented, my second reason is indented, my third and final reason is indented, and my conclusion is indented. I've made sure that I didn't just copy my plan. Instead, I used my plan as a base. I took the information from my plan to write an essay. I used opinion words and phrases like I think. I used linking words and phrases like my first reason to support this opinion is, for example, also, an example that shows this, finally, for instance, to conclude. I've made sure that I ticked off all of the checklist of my green checklist to make sure that when I hand this in, my teacher will be very, very happy with me. Now, let's have a look at your prompt, guys. How did Ji-chan feel about being a Kamishibai man? So all I want to do, guys, is I want to talk about your opinions. What do you think about this? This is your prompt. So make sure when you give your opinion, you're able to give me a reason why you think that and a detail to support that reason. Okay, let's go firstly with Simon. What do you think?
Ji-chan loved it to be a Kambashi man because first he gets to meet all of the children.
Good
And
job. Can you give me?
Second, he liked it to ride his bicycle around the town.
Good job. So can you give me some details to support that? So let's go back to your first reason. You said Kamashibai man loved being the Kamashibai man, or sorry, Ji-chan loved being the Kamashibai man because he loved telling his stories. Now or being around the children and telling his stories. Can you give a detail?
For example, he tells the story of the little one's favorite stories so they could be happy.
Good job, well done.
He gave them sweets.
Good job. Well done, Simon. So Simon's opinion here, or one of them, is that Ji-chan loved being a Kamashibai man because he loved to go into town to tell stories to the children. An example that shows he loved telling stories to the children is that he got excited on his way into town and he brought sweets for the kids. Well done, Simon. Okay, who else has an opinion about the Kamashibai man? What do you think? Daisy, how do you feel about this? What's your opinion?
I think he enjoyed to be a Kamishibai man.
Good girl. And can you give me a reason that's different from Simon's? So why do you think he enjoyed being a Kamashibai man? What happened in the story that let you know he enjoyed being a Kamashibai man?
He also knew that the kinds of candy that each one loved the best.
Yeah, and that shows that he takes care and consideration when thinking about the children. Good job, Daisy. So Daisy's opinion could be, I think Ji-chan loved being a Kamishibai man because he cared for the children. An example of this is that he specifically knew which type of candy each child liked best. So as you can see here, there are lots of kids gathered around him, and he knew the kids so well and cared for him that he would be able to look at one boy and say, oh, he likes strawberry candy, or look at this girl and remember, oh, she likes blueberry candy. So this lets us know that he really enjoyed his job and being with the kids. Okay, let's go for one more. Who has one more opinion that they'd like to share? Okay, Nancy, go ahead.
I also think that he loved it being a Kamishibai man because even though the children were interested in TV, he always had a high hope that some children will come see him soon.
Very good, well done. So even with the invention of television, he didn't give up straight away. So even though the television was invented and people stopped coming to see him, he did keep showing up until one day only one little poor boy showed up, and that was what he thought was the last day of him being a Kamishibai man. Okay, guys, so for me, my opinion is that Ji-chan liked being a Kamishibai man. So I agree with all of your opinions. Have a look. Good writers should connect their opinions with supporting reasons and evidence, like we talked about earlier. Linking words such as because, therefore, since, and for example can be used to connect these ideas. Have a look. This is just how I would start my essay. In my opinion, Ji-chan from Kamishibai Man loved being a Kamishibai man. Firstly, Ji-chan missed going on his rounds. For example, let's just say Ba-chan, so I've mixed these letters up. Ba-chan noticed that he hadn't said anything in a few days. When she asked him what was wrong, he said, I've been thinking how much I've missed going on my rounds. So my first reason shows that he loved being a Kamishibai man. If you love something and you stop doing it, you're going to miss doing it. You're going to want to start doing it again. So here is my final graphic organizer for what I would do for my essay if I had the same prompt as you guys. I think Ji-chan liked being a Kamishibai man. My first reason is that he missed going on his rounds, and Ba-chan noticed he hadn't spoken and he told her that he missed going on his rounds. My second reason would be that he was excited to go back to the city and tell his stories again. The details that would support my reason here is that he hummed on his bike, he asked Ba-chan to make him candy, and he called out for children to come and listen. My third and final reason that I think shows that Ji-chan liked being a Kamishibai man would be that he decided to keep going on his rounds, even as an old man. So even when he gets older at the end of the story, he doesn't retire. He doesn't decide he'll stay at home. He actually decides that he will keep trying to do his rounds. Can anyone give me some details that I could add in here to support the reason that he decides to keep going on his rounds as an old man? Kaki.
He said that even though he is an old man, he still has a strong body and a strong bicycle to go on his round.
Very good, well done. So yeah, our details could be that he doesn't mind going into town the next day and the next day and the next day to keep doing his rounds. Good job, Kaki, well done. Okay guys, that brings us to the end of our lesson. Please take care during your summer holiday. I hope you have a wonderful time and I'll see you all soon.